Thank you everyone for joining for today's webinar session. It's all about the Monday Dev. So today we're going to be unlocking the full potential of Monday development. We will explore how its powerful features or qualities can elevate our product team's processes, drives efficiency, and fuel innovation. Before we dive into the main topic, let me introduce myself. My name is Sheena. I'm one of the product specialists from Aulisius. Along with me is my colleague Pratik, who is our CSM from London team, UK. So he will be the one that will conduct the Monday Dev demo shortly. So let's proceed to Aulisius. So Aulisius is an IT consultancy company specializing in partnerships with successful SaaS companies worldwide, including Monday.com. We have different offices in London, Munich, Dubai, and our new office location is in Hong Kong. We bring our expertise to our clients across the globe, helping them optimize the scale with their operations successes. And also we provide different services such as consultation, training, implementation, integration, and custom developments for our customers. So for this, the next slide will be presented by Pratik. Thank you, Pratik.
Okay, thanks a lot, Sheena. Hi everyone, I hope you all are well. Thanks a lot for taking your time for the Monday Dev webinar. So in today's webinar, we'll go through all the aspects of the Monday Dev product. So all the functionalities, all different types of your normal day-to-day use cases that you can perform onto Monday Dev. So before I begin talking about the product, I'll just give a brief introduction about what the product is. So Monday very recently launched the Monday Dev product. So the basic idea behind the whole product was to cover the different difficulties which clients face during their software development lifecycle. And like there are multiple different stages inside the software development lifecycle. There are multiple people involved, different personas from project manager to product managers to actual coders who will build the platform. There are different leaders, multiple different people who are involved in the platform, and there are multiple different stages, all of which requires different platforms. So I have seen personally a lot of different clients who would use like something like Jira for their whole execution of software development lifecycle, the whole ticketing process. Then they might use something else for collection of feedback. So there are multiple personas and multiple stages with each client using multiple different platforms. And the problem which they usually face is they want something where all these different departments they can come together or they can work in sync and not in silos, and like there's lack of communication and things fall through gap. So that was the basic idea behind which Monday Dev was built, apart from a lot of other capabilities also, but that is how the whole product started. So usually the whole process of product development is a complex cycle. So like there is your customer facing or client facing sales team which will gather in requests from different departments. Then there is your leadership who have their own OKRs who want to link the software development process to those specific goals. Then there are coders who work in the different things. So all this can be combined onto Monday Dev. Now, first of all, like the most basic question that comes to mind is, okay, why Monday Dev as compared to there are a lot of other different products. So apart from the thing which I mentioned that Monday Dev brings everything onto one single
Oh,
platform.
yeah,
So
it's working now.
I would request if everyone can mute yourself. Yeah. So apart from the capability that Monday Dev can bring all the different departments onto one single platform, how we do that, we'll have a look at when we'll go to the platform, when we'll see the demo. But apart from that, the very basic feedback which we usually get from different people is that Monday.com is highly intuitive. So problem with other software development tools are they are very technical. So only the development team are very handy or like comfortable using those platforms, but the other teams like the business side of the team, the marketing side, they don't quite like those technical platforms, and if they don't use those platforms then they are not in sync with how the whole product development life cycle is going on. Hence the most advantageous part of Monday Dev is the like intuitive user experience so that anyone can use it according to their needs. Secondly, Monday Dev is highly flexible to use. So a lot of you might have already faced this issue that like a lot of the platforms are highly technical, and like if you want to customize it based on your requirements, like the implementation takes months and months, but monday.com is like very easy to customize, easy to implement. You can adjust it based on your needs very quickly. So that is another advantage. The third thing, as I mentioned previously, only that you can collaborate all the different processes onto one single place. How we'll see all those things in the demo. Apart from that, monday.com is also very good for its reporting capabilities. So from high level management to the product managers who are looking after a specific scrum team, so different people can have great visibility into how their overall team is performing, what is the current status of each and every different project that we are working on, each and every sprints that we are working on. So you can see them in a good view. So the reporting is very good. And based on this reporting, because you have a better control over the whole product, you can drive with agility. You can get feedback faster. You can innovate faster. You can make changes. And all, this whole process in general helps you save time. So those are the different advantages of using Monday Dev. So now before I begin with the actual demo, I just want to show you how the whole Monday Dev is built. So I just want to walk you through the brief structure before I actually get into the platform so that you can visually see what I am going through. So usually in our day-to-day operations for any software team, so we have our own product roadmap. So we want a good visual picture of, okay, what are the different kinds of features that our team is developing in each quarter, which team is responsible for them, who is assigned for all those things, and what is the overall timeline. So this is the most starting point, that is the roadmap. Now, what we want to do is we want to link this roadmap to our high level leadership goals. So what are their initiatives for this specific year? What are the things which they want to achieve? So we link it to the leadership OKRs and goals. So that is one thing which we do. Apart from that, you have your already existing clients. You have your sales team. There are multiple different people who are currently using your product, and you want to collect their feedback also. So we have a separate board and whole functionality based on how we collect feedbacks from our different clients and get it into monday.com so that we can add it to our roadmap and then work on executing them. And then we have the whole boards for the execution part. So for dividing your feature roadmap into epics, then tasks, and then linking it to your code repository also. So that is another good thing about Monday Dev is that you can link it directly to your code repository. So you can see what all things are currently being worked on. You can see multiple different things. I'll show you actually in the demo rather than talk about it. You can also see the bugs which came into the process. If you want to retrospect on your whole sprint, then those things are also covered. And lastly, we release the features. So we want the marketing team and other teams who will actually use the material of the new features to show them everything. Okay, what are the details of the product and everything. So, okay, yeah, now let's begin into the platform. And before I move in, like if anyone has any question, please feel free to ask me right now, or else once I begin the demo, in the end, we'll have another Q&A section that we can continue with. Okay. Does anyone have any question? If not, then I'll begin with. Okay, what I'll do is I'll begin with the demo first, and then in the end, we'll cover if someone has anything. Can everyone see my screen of Monday Dev?
I can see it.
Yeah, okay, great. So this is the whole Monday Dev platform which we have created. So we have separate folders for each and every team, for the leadership team, for the product planning team, for the R&D team. So now let's deep dive into all those things individually. So firstly, you can see here we have our product roadmap board. So this is where all the features that we need to work on, what was the timeline of it, everything is collated on one single board. And before I show you what are the information which are stored here, I want to show how you can visualize the whole thing. So let's say you want to see everything in terms of your timeline. Okay, what are the different features which our team is releasing in what specific quarter? What is the exact timeline of it? What is the priority of it? Then You can create a Gantt view for your product roadmap, and here you can see everything. Now, if I want to go into details of a specific product, I just click on that specific thing, and then I can get exact details about the product, like what are the quarterly goals it is related to, which epic it is being worked in. So everything, I'll show those details. But this is a good visual overview which you can get for all the features which you want to release. Now, if you want to customize this specific view, you can do that also. So let's say the marketing team wants to know, okay, which domain is working on which feature. If you want to change that, so instead of priority, you want to label everything by your domain name. So is it the mobile team, infra team, insights team, which team is working on? So if you want to customize that, then you can do that. So the idea behind this whole Gantt chart is to give everyone a good wholesome view of what the whole team is working on, so that no one is left behind or anything of that sort. Apart from that, we also have a very nice Kanban view of things. So instead of, let's say, Gantt view, you want to see it in terms of a Kanban, like, okay, you want to see the exact status of it, plus apart from that, the priority as well as domain name, then you can get a Kanban view for those product roadmap features also. So those were the different types of views which you can create for your whole product launch. Now let's actually see what are the different kinds of details regarding each and every feature which we are storing onto the platform. So first of all, you can definitely see, like, okay, who is assigned to whichever task. So who is working on which specific feature, what is the expected timeline for that specific feature. So you can do that. You can also see, okay, what was the end date, and like each specific feature might have further sub-level tasks. So like if you want to see what is the status of each and every task, then you can get a good high level overview of those things also. I won't go much into those details, but this is something which I would again want to focus on. So what usually happens is, like, we have a list of different features that we want to release, but we don't know, okay, how to prioritize them. What are the features which we want to focus on first? What are the features which we want to focus later on? So if you want to prioritize your different features, then we have this create column here. So where currently I have used the rice mechanism, but definitely we can customize the column based on whatever your requirements are. So this is where you can like rate each and every feature in terms of different metrics that are relevant for you. And then out of that, like, I have a score calculated based on a specific formula which is being running in on the back end. So from that you can get, okay, what is the score? And based on that, you'll get a good view on, okay, what are the things I want to prioritize first? What are the things I want to prioritize later on? So that is there. Apart from that, we also have great documentation inside monday.com. So for different teams, like every time they know, okay, this is a new specific feature which is being released, they also want to know all the details regarding that specific feature. So like we have a specific document column, and here you can see all the relevant details. So I have just created a specific template, but what would be the release date, milestones, features, I don't know, use cases, different things which might be relevant for you. You can add those here as well. And let's say if some of you are using some other cloud storage platforms for your documentation, then we can even link them onto monday.com. So we have a specific link column, and you can embed link for all those features, which will direct them to the specific documentation of all the uh, uh, individual details of that specific thing to be released. Okay. Now, now let's see how monday.com helps connect your product roadmap to the quarterly goals. So what I have here is, I have like a board where the high level executives have defined, okay, these are the two specific halves in which they have divided the whole year, and they want to achieve specific things. Okay, these are the things I want to achieve on a company level wide, and how to achieve those. So we have different features which we'll release, and based on that we'll be able to achieve our different quarterly goals. And here you can see, okay, which specific feature is linked to which specific goal. So that is something which you can directly have a look. Apart from that, if you go on to your quarterly goals board or your uh, half yearly goals board, you can here also see that, okay, for this specific goal, these are the different product features which are currently being worked on. What is the status of each and every feature, so that the executives also have a good overview of how different things are being worked on. And then again, you can assign different executives based on their uh, who is responsible for what. And then you have your different metrics also which you want to keep track of. So that is how Monday Dev can help you link your high level goals into your specific product roadmap. Now let's also look at how we can link your product roadmap to the business side of things. So what we have is we have a specific board called ideas and feedback. So inside monday.com there is a great functionality called as Monday forms. So what you can do is you can circulate a specific form onto your whole team, to your clients, a lot of people who use your platform. So how this will help is you can just embed this form in your website, or you can copy link and you can just share it with your different clients. And every time someone submits a specific feature request or anything, so this is how it will look like. Again, you can customize it based on your needs. Like you can add like options, make something required, not required, depending on how you would want to take it. But so every time someone submits a form, you will get all the new feature requests here. And apart from that, you will also see, okay, who is the person who's submitted that specific feature request. So you can see all those things. What are the specific teams which might be responsible for those? Again, I have another scoring mechanism for all those different kinds of features which would be relevant for you. But I won't go into much detail of this, but I have something very important which I would want to show you guys. So good thing about Monday Dev is you can integrate it to multiple different places. So you can integrate it to the CRM also. So like, okay, let's say that there are 10 of your accounts who want a specific feature to be released at the highest priority. So what you can do is every time someone submits a form, you can link it to your CRM and you can see, okay, what is the total amount of revenue which I'm getting from those clients. So this will also help you prioritize, okay, which feature I should focus on first and which I should release first. So I have here my CRM, so both, so accounts as well as deals. So you can directly link it to it. So if you're using Monday CRM, then we can directly link it to that. If you're using something else, then we can find a way to do that. So like I told you, just we can implement it. So that is also one thing which we can do. I'll just go back again to my original board. So yeah, the form feature is the great thing. And here you can see all the features. Now let's say that, okay, I think that this specific feature affects a high value of clients and I want to add it to my roadmap. So all I need to do is I just need to click on add to roadmap, and this was local food partnerships. So as soon as I'll go there, in the backlog, I'll see, okay, local food partnership. So this is a new feature which I should prioritize on, and I should, okay, allocate it. Okay, when is it that I want to start working on it, in which quarter? So this is how you can link your sales team or the client facing team or the product using team into to the building team. So this is a great connection which you can do. Now again, inside your uh, ideas and feedback specific board, you can create different kinds of views. So like based on just the deal value, so this is sorted completely on the deal value. So if that is something which is relevant for you, then you can do that. So you can create multiple different sorts of views based on how your requirements are. Then we can also create different templates. So for each feature release, let's say there are certain sets of things which you necessarily want to reveal along with that. So like things like release date, use cases, or clients affected by it, or the domain which it specifically works on. So you can save the specific template and you can use the template again and again. So this was the idea behind the product roadmap, quarterly goals, and the ideas and feedback form. Now let's get into more deep dive view, that is the original execution. So how do we execute all this? So until now, what we have done is we have decided, okay, uh, how can we ideate on our product roadmap? How can we collect different requirements? How can we link it to the high level company goals? But now let's see, how do we actually execute each and every uh, feature which we plan to build in a specific quarter. So I'll just minimize this to make things more visible. So for your execution also, like for each of your sprints or your epic cycles, so we have boards for multiple different use cases. Now let's go into the deep dive of all those things. So after we decided, okay, this was a specific feature, which is something I would want to prioritize for this specific quarter. Now what we want to do is, okay, to build that feature, it would require certain higher granular level things. So multiple teams would be required to work on it. So you divide your feature into further epics, and this is where you can store all your epic level details. Again, you can document all those things. You can have your own timeline for that, priority, status. This is the task. So I'll go into that board later on, but just to give you an idea of what it is trying to do. So this is linking your epics to the actual task which you will perform. So that is how it is being linked. You can keep track of, okay, what for each of the specific epics, what are the total story points which were estimated, what were the actual story points it took. So all those things you can keep track here. And again, you can create multiple different kinds of views based on what your requirement is. So let's say you want to see, okay, for my whole epics, like I want to see, okay, what are things ready to start, working on it, done, stuck. So based on different statuses, if this is how you work, then you can get a great view of that here. Also, I want to show something very important. You can edit your Kanban also. So like you want to edit the way in which you have created your Kanban, then you can very easily customize your whole Kanban view also. You can like remove things, add things. If there are specific columns which are important for you, then you can add them to your whole Kanban view also. Again, I have further divided this based on uh, what specific thing it is helping in a feature. So again, another view which you can create for your epics. So there are multiple different views which you can create. Now let's actually go into the sprint cycle. So how your scrum masters and the different coders would work into different sprints. So all those things will keep track of in this specific board. So in this board, you can see all the sprints which we are currently working on, or the sprints which we worked on in the past. So all the sprints can be kept track of here in this specific board. Here you can see again the status of all the individual specific tasks that you are performing. What is the priority of all those tasks? What are the types of tasks which you are performing? Which specific team is working on it? And this is the actual place where you estimate your story points. Okay, how much effort it will require me to perform this specific task or Y specific task? What was the actual amount of effort which went behind all of that? So all those things you can keep track of here. You can also create a burn down chart. So let's say you want a good visual overview of, okay, what were my remaining story points and what are the completed story points till point, and how much do I need to perform better. So like if burn down chart is something which is required by you, then you can get that. You can even further segregate your burn down chart by different statuses. So based on your priority or domain or whatever it is, you can further customize your burn down chart based on other high level low level categorization that you want. So burn down charts for each and every sprint is something which is very useful. Now let's actually see how we can create a new sprint. So if you want to create a new sprint, this is how you do it. You just click here, we go to the new sprint. I'll just name it test sprint. We can assign a specific timeline during which we want to complete a specific sprint. If we have a specific high level goal for it or something, we can even mention that. And then we can create a sprint. So this is how our test sprint is created. Now let's say that for the same test sprint purpose, I want to finish this specific sprint. I want to keep it done, and I want all the tasks which are not done, I just want to remove it. So what you can do is, so you can complete a specific sprint. Now you have an option. So for tasks which are not done, you can either move them to backlog or you can move it to the new sprint, the next sprint cycle which you will run. So you can do that. So I'll just complete it. And as you can see, all the tasks which were not done, they have automatically been shifted to the new sprint, so that you have a good track of what are the tasks which are still left to be completed, and how you can work on them further. I also want to show you one more thing. So now let's go into the integration with your different code repositories. So if you are working on GitHub, then we have a specific view here. So let's say there are different pull requests, branches, commits that, or issues that are related to a specific task. You can directly link it onto monday.com. So let's see a good overview of this. So I have a specific pull request created here. What I want to do is, like, every time I make some changes here, I want it to be visible here. So let's say I assign a label to this, that okay, this was an enhancement. So what will happen here is the just a second, it will automatically update inside your Monday dev product that the new label will automatically come in. So this is this sync with your, just a second, my bad. I think I might not have synced it, but yeah. So you can automatically get a new label here also. So you can sync it directly to your GitHub repository, or else let's say you create a new issue inside your specific thing. So let's try and create a new issue and you want that to be displayed onto monday.com. So X is not working. So if a specific thing is not working for your specific code and you want to create a new issue. So you just simply create your issue there onto the Monday onto GitHub, and it will automatically come up inside your Monday Dev platform. So this sync is also something which you can very easily create onto monday.com. So this sync with your code repository is another functionality which monday.com very easily provides. So you can again create different kinds of automations for all these different kinds of requirements that you have. So this was just the link with GitHub. Now apart from that, let's say if you're using Azure DevOps, then we don't have a direct integration, but like we have a specific marketplace app, or else Olicious can help you integrate those platforms also. So that is something which you can do. Apart from that, we also have daily dashboard. So let's say you have different sprints which you are running on for uh, the reason this happened is because I just completed this thing. I just completed the new test sprint, but I'll just show you what I wanted to show. So you can create another dashboard where you can see, okay, what are the actual story points which are planned, story points which were not planned. So you can see all those specific details onto the platform. Then here you can see, okay, by each and every individual person, what are the actual tasks that they are working on. So if someone is overworked or if someone is underworked, then you can reassign tasks based on those things. You can see, okay, how many of my actual tasks are high priority, low priority. Also based on the type of tasks which you are working on. Is it a bug? Is it a security issue? What exactly it is? So you can customize things further based on however your requirement is. So that is how you can create different kinds of dashboards for your daily sprint running ceremony. So that is something which you can do. Apart from that, we also have a bugs board. So whenever we are working on different kinds of codes, a lot of different bugs are also coming up. So if you want to keep track of all those bugs, then there is another board for that. You can see, okay, what was the time, like when the bug started, what is the time to resolution, all those things you can keep track of here. And again, there's a form for it. So every time there's a new bug, someone can simply submit the form, and a relevant person will get notified. And based on that, you can get further into it. Then we also have our sprint analysis dashboard. So what we want to do is every sprint we want to see, okay, how many story points were planned and planned. Okay, how did we perform in general? What were the actual story points and the estimated story points in sync, or were we working higher or lower? So what were those things? So you can see all those details here. You also want to see, okay, how many bugs came in for each and every sprint. So if you want to keep track of that, then you can create a dashboard for it. Again, these dashboards are highly customizable. So this is just for this demo purposes. I have created these dashboards in a specific way, but depending on what your use case is, you can further customize these dashboards based on your individual specific requirements. Then we also have a board for retrospectives. So after each and every sprint, we want to collect feedback. Okay, what things worked, what things didn't work. We want voting. So there's a voting feature for all the different sprints that you previously worked on. So if you want to perform that, then that is also something which you can do onto monday.com. So those were retrospectives. Now this was just one specific team for which I created this kind of boards. Now you can create these boards for different teams. So let's say you have more than one Scrum teams, which a specific product manager is, let's say, managing, then they can create multiple different boards for all those individual teams, and that is how they can further work on it. Then we also have something called as a delivery dashboard. So for high level executives, they want to link it from the very start to the very basic level. So this is where they can see the whole overall project progress, like what was the timeline of it, what are the status of different tasks, what total number of weeks it took to work on them, like how many of the milestones were delayed, by how much weeks it were delayed. So all those details, they can be seen, how many of the features were delivered, how many of them were not. So all these things are linked here. If they want to see the epic progresses also, then they can see all the epic progresses, story points, everything. So the executives don't have to go through like each and every individual persona and ask them. There's a dashboard where they can see everything centrally, from the very high level to the very low level. So all those things are simply connected here into this specific delivery dashboard, which is customized and created especially for the high level executives. Then we also have something called as an incidents board. So definitely a lot of different incidents get reported during the whole process of executing all your different kinds of tasks. So for that, again, you can create a form view, and this is a good table where you can visualize everything, like you can see everything at one single place. So that is a great functionality for that. And then lastly, I would want to show you one more board. So that is our feature release board. So let's say that we worked on different features, like the coders worked on all the epics and everything was done. And now once something is ready, what we do is we just simply click to add to release board. So streamlined order processing. As soon as we do that, you can see streamline order processing came in here. So you can release this new feature. Now whenever someone clicks on release a specific feature, there are integrations onto monday.com, so you can link it to different platforms. So you can link it to Slack, email, or whatever other communication platform which you are using. So there are multiple different integrations. So let's say you want to notify different teams whenever a specific feature is about to be released. So you can notify them on Slack, you can email them, people can receive notification the way I released right now. So you can add notifications for them. So again, that is a good thing which you can do. There again, all the docs which you created for the specific epics, they'll automatically come up here. So if someone wants to know the details regarding all the products, then they'll directly see all those relevant details here. Now if let's say they want to communicate with you, then there is an update section also. So if someone has any query regarding all the different features which are being released, they can directly communicate here. And if let's say a third person comes in and they want to see the conversation for that specific product, like what were all the things which went behind into this, then they can come here and they can see all the things. So yeah, there is a way for everyone to communicate at one single central place. And then lastly, I'll show you this incident report. So again, the way we created a dashboard for everything. So after feature release, also, let's say like there are certain reports. Okay, this things didn't work out. Then you can create a dashboard for that also, so that you have a good overview of what are the things which worked on for all the feature releases. What are the different things which didn't work for all your specific releases. So this is how you can customize your Monday dev based on your different requirements. And those were almost all of the capabilities. Now definitely there is more, so if someone has any question, we will cover that. But before I conclude about all these different functionalities for the platform, I also wanted to highlight that monday.com can be linked to other different use cases also. So monday.com has a work management, has a CRM, has a whiteboarding tool. So if you want to link your dev to all those other things, if you are, let's say, already using the different products and you want to link all of them together, then that is also something which you can very easily do onto the platform. So yeah, all in all, this was the demo which I wanted to convey to all of you guys regarding the Monday dev. So now definitely if you have any questions, please feel free to ask me right now.
Pratik, I think we have a
Yeah.
couple of questions on the board.
Yeah.
We have the first question here from Sheldon. It
Yeah.
says that we use Monday for videos of empty houses, but why we cannot use it for landscape mode or longer than about 1 minute? That's the first question.
Uh, Got it. So like there's one request currently which I have. So if you have any questions related to Monday Dev, then that is something which we can cover right now. Or else, for all of these questions which you have, what we can do is, so you can scan the QR code, and this will take you to a very short form, like it's 2 3 questions, and you can just book a specific call with people from Mauritius, and we can help you cover all your queries. So if that is something which you want, then we can do it very easily. Also, you have email addresses of our representatives of company. So we
Yeah.
have Sheena and Vanny, who are our primary account executives. So if you want to reach out to them, you can just reach out to them on their email, or their contact number, or else you can fill out the form and they'll get to all the details. So yeah, but we'll continue with the questions regarding the Monday Dev.
So we have the second one from
Mm.
Miranda. She says like, can you only integrate the product onto task, or can it be applied to subtask within the board? Also, I have experienced difficulties doing this. Apps and add-ons are not compatible and do not have full functionality within subtask.
Yeah. So okay, this is something which is there on monday.com. So the way monday.com treats its subtasks are that they are on, so on the back end they are on a different page or different board altogether. Hence there is a specific limitation of functionality. So uh, directly you cannot perform all the functionalities on subtasks, but definitely there are always different kinds of workarounds which you can perform. So if you can let us know specific questions related to them, then we can go through all the workarounds. But yeah, because of the way monday.com is built, not all automations and other things are performed on subtasks. Like there are certain restrictions to it. But I would want to say one thing: now that the new workflow center feature has came, a lot of more automation capabilities have increased. So I don't know if you have tried the new workflow center feature, then definitely you can try that.
Does this answer your question, Miranda? Or do you have any additional? Or we can move to the next one. It says here there's no name actually. It says like, is this template available? I think
uh
this attendee was referring to your demo environment.
Got it. So yeah, for my demo environment, so I have customized it. So not everything is directly available. So like definitely there is a specific template which comes, but only with monday.com dev enterprise. So if you want to know more about that, then you can use that template. However, if you want to see the whole template which I use, then I have made certain customizations of my own. So like you can definitely just reach out to us and we can help you with all your specific queries regarding that. So that is not an
All
issue.
right.
But yeah, a basic template is still available from monday.com itself.
Another question from Miranda. Can Monday Dev integrate within 7 days and avoid this issue that I'm experiencing as when I export our staff hours, it
Mhm.
converts the time from the original timestamp to decimals on the spreadsheet.
Got it. Is there a
Oh
way
yeah,
where
is there a way 7
Mm.
days can just export the original timestamp rather than amending the time in the spreadsheet as with multiple staff members in this time? This is time consuming.
Got it.
Mm.
Okay. So I kind of get your question, Miranda. But okay, there's no direct answer to this. Like what we can do for this is, like, we can get on a specific call for this and help you out, because a lot of times what happens is there's no direct way through monday.com. Like let's say you export something through monday.com, then it might convert your timestamps. But like, there are a lot of different platforms which you can use to help exactly achieve the functionality which you want. So that is something which we can definitely do.
Next question here, since this is being recorded, can we access the recording, please? I'd like to show this to some of our colleagues. Yes, our marketing team, they will send you
Yeah.
all of the attendees for today. You will receive a message from our marketing team along with the webinar recording.
Yeah,
That will
we'll
not be a
reach out to
problem.
you. So yeah, you'll
And
get
then
that.
again, if
So
you have any other questions, so you have all of your contact team member here. I'm Sheena, so I'll be the point of contact for the Middle East attendees, or if you have anything that you wanted to ask for within that region. And we also have Vanny. She's covering the UK London team, so we
yeah.
got you all.
I have put
Um,
my appointment link into the chat
yeah.
box. So if anyone want to have a one-to-one session with me, so feel free to book a session with me through the link.
Got it. Also, there's another question I can see in the chat. Is the capacity planning per person only a function with Monday Dev? I would need this first off to see what they're working on. No, so
Yeah.
this is something which you can do. So the workload widget is there in other platforms also, not just in Monday Dev. It is there in work management and CRM also. So yeah, that is something which you can do there. So I hope it answered your question, Miranda.
Okay, so Miranda is asking, is there any additional costs for Monday Dev? Is this going to be only available in Monday Enterprise packages?
Uh,
It's
No,
an
it's not
addition.
just enterprise packages. There are, again, the way we have plans for work management and CRM, we have similar kinds of plans for Monday Dev also. So that is not an issue there. Also, yeah, there is another cost. So now the way Monday treats all the products is it's a multi-product thing now. So CRM is separate, work management is separate, Dev is separate. So if you want to use Dev, you would have to purchase its licenses. You cannot just keep it as an add-on onto the core work management. So that is the direction in which Monday.com is heading towards. So let's say you currently have 10 work management and you need dev for 5 of them. What you can do is you can reduce work management by 5 and increase dev by 5. If that is something which is feasible for you. Or if you just directly want to purchase more licenses, you can do that. But now that it is multi-product, you would have to buy separate product licenses for all these different products.
The best thing to do with this, Miranda, is schedule a call with Vanny. If you are in the region, schedule a call with Vanny and also with Pratik if you have any other questions
Yeah.
regarding this. Thank you very much. Is there any other questions before we wrap up the call? Is it clear? How did you guys find the webinar? Thank you so much, Pratik, for this interesting Monday Dev webinar. Again, everyone, you should receive the copy of this session on your email so you can share it with your colleagues or outside team that you feel that they will benefit from Monday Dev products and other Monday products as well. Thank you very much. Thank you all.